Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Set, 8, read. 2 right here. We ain't giving up nothing.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
On second down, Barkley, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Check. Get it.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
On second down, it's Coleman. Brings it just past the 15. Able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Check. 53's Mike. Here we go, D. Over. Roy. 53's the Mike. 53's the Mike. Mike, 53.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back. And
that's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Saints. 61 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Allen now looks to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Barkley. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
2nd and 6. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the...
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And he's going to go down again. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
24. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Alert. Watch the slant.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Check out that.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
All day, all day. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Wahoo!
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Protein spill.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. Check 99. Check 99.
Bravo.
Jones now, operating from the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what... We hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Middle. Topper.
SOS. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 28, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Check back, check back.
Gun.
53's the mark.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go, baby.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Push him back. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Hey, come alert.
Handoff, Coleman, right side. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tight.
Double up. He's coming.
On 2nd down now. It's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Check 26 now.
Now Jones throwing again on 2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Rush in. Get it.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Bang. Let's go. Bang.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
Ready up.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
22 jet bomber.
Tight down. There you go. Switch. Wide.
Ready.
On first down, Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st down, New York. Ready. 10 Lobo. Hey, Alpha. Even. 4 down. Even.
Jones on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
24 is the mic.
Back to throw. Jones. And this is incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And now it's 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
53, Mike.
Alert! Hey, Echo.
53 is the mic. 53, check 53. Bandit, check.
Here's Allen to throw it. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it'll bring up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, seam 6. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
From the gun, it's Allen. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught at the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They will run again with Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Check. Check. 53 is Mike.
56.
Double.
Hey, Charlie.
53
Go.
Here's Allen. And he finds Howard complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch at a first down.
Mike. 53. Mike. You go tight.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Good work, D.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I know he ain't got it. Switch.
Middle.
Kill. Undercrunch.
Is that?
On second down, it's Coleman pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check 53. Come on, D. Eyes up. Check. 53's Mike.
Allen from the gun on third down. This is Coleman with a grab. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready, break. Bam, bam. 25, check 25, check 25. Tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
70, Indy. Hey, lock it.
It's been a long day for you.
Get it.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
On 2nd and a couple, Jones, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check 3, check 3.
Ready?
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for New York. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Watch out for Hill on the return. So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Set, ready? 60, Pittsburgh. Hey, high 7. Lightning.
I'm on. 24 is the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards and a giant 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Slam,
They'll keep it on the ground. Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. They'll run with Barkley. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Great job, Steve. Great job.
It's now fourth down.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Giants with possession of the football, but needing points as we start quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll run with Barkley, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Saquon Barkley denied on fourth down, and the Saints will have the football back.
Mike, 5-5. Mike, 5-5. 5-5. Check 31. Check.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
The Saints on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On play action, Allen. He is going to find Hill here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Now, that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second and third levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tevin Coleman. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Watching it, pass. Go! Shoot!
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, watch it. Quickstone, travel. Half 10.
Now Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football, because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Fielded at the 20. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 17 yards and a Giant first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Again, it's Penny. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Slam, slam, slam.
Jones now operating from the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Throwing, Jones. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Here's Penny. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They're going to run it with Barkley. But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one good for 37 yards. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for New Orleans, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the